So today, I want to do some Zone 7 fatigue profiling. Now, Monday night, which today's Saturday, so Monday, we are going to get new carpet in the house. Now, my wife's working today, so it's me and my son Grayson hanging out. She left me with specific instructions that I have to clean the kitchen. Well, if you can't tell, the kitchen's not very clean right now. So I think that's what I'm going to get started on. That way I can knock out my chores, do my riding. Let's do it. Alright, so for today's video, we're going to do some Zone 6 fatigue profiling. Now, I just done a Zone 7 fatigue profiling video, I don't know, a week or so ago. Now, Zone 6 fatigue profiling is more of a, I guess you could say like a 1K breakaway type of person, 1K to go. As a matter of fact, I think for maybe a Cat 5 racer, Zone 6 might be one of the more important things to focus on if you're looking on winning a race. Here's why. Cat 5 racers aren't as organized. They're a little more timid when it comes to racing for the end. You'll find that Cat 5 racers a lot of times just stick with the group and they don't want to get dropped. Now you'll see varying levels of that when, the more you race and maybe bigger groups or more experienced races and stuff with more riders with more experience. Zone 6 fatigue profiling goes something like this. We're focused on 30-second, 1 minute, and 2 minute intervals. Give it all you got. Take about a 4-minute rest in between. Just make sure you get to recover and then launch back into each interval. And of course, warm up for 10 or 15 minutes. And then go into your intervals. 30-second interval, 4-minute rest, 1-minute interval, 4-minute rest, 2-minute interval, and then you can cool down or whatever. Do it all, give it all you got, try your best. We want to know where we are weakest at so that we can get better and try to win races. Let's go. All right, so what we want to do is, remember, make note of our powers, and then we got to do some math. So what you're going to do is you're going to take your 30-second power, you're going to subtract your 1-minute power, and then you're going to divide that number by your 30-second power. Then you've got to multiply it by 100, and that'll give you the percentage of drop in the two numbers, okay? And then the next thing you'll do, take your 30-second power, you subtract it from your 2-minute power, and then take that new number, divide it by your 30-second power, multiply it by 100, and that'll give you the percentage drop between your 30-second power and your 2-minute power. Went into Strava for this one, opened it up, and let's see, you go to your 30-second power because that was our first target. So it says this ride was 755 watts, which, interesting enough, is 4 watts higher than all of my 2018 average. Looks like our 1-minute power is 539. And then we go to our 2-minute power, and it looks like here it's 396. 2-minute power, 396. These numbers, I can already tell you, probably aren't going to be good for fatigue profiling. I felt like I was dying on that 2-minute effort. So first, take your 30-second power minus your 60-second power. So for me, it was 216. Then take that number, 216, divide it by your 30-second power. For me, it was 0.29. Then take 0.29 and times it by 100, and that'll give you the percentage. So for me, that was 29%. Then you take that to the fatigue profile chart, and you figure out where you are on that chart. So since this is the 1-minute power, we look in the 1-minute column, and you'll find that I am in the below average column. So my fatigue resistance is below average. Take your 2-minute power and do the same thing. So we take our 30-second power minus our 2-minute power. So for me, that was 359, that number. Then take 359 or whatever number you got and divide it by your 30-second power. So for me, 359 divided by 755. That gave me 0.48. So my drop puts me again, look at the 2-minute column on the chart, puts me at the below average marking. Keeping track of all my numbers in my log+jotter. If you haven't went there, log+jotter.com, check them out. Every month it's a new design. This is the February design. It's the well-traveled design. And it's funny, my cousins are the ones who came up with this company, and I know exactly what they're talking about. Every time their family went camping, they would take a lantern, just like this, gas lantern, right? And one time I even borrowed their dad or my uncle's lantern. Looks just like this. So I think this is a fitting cover for their design title, well-traveled. I mean, shoot, that lantern probably went all over the country with them. It's cool, little nostalgia in every book. See ya.